Hello everybody, welcome back to Just the Basics here in Factorio 0.16.x, and I have very much taken advantage of the increased throughput and upgraded a bunch of the belt, mostly just up this side, really, not all of it. Just enough, more or less, to feed the bulk of the mall, which is, in turn, actually kind of helped me expand this a lot faster, so yay. So I now pretty much decidedly on the fast levels of things, a lot of fast inserters, but we have a problem, unfortunately, and that problem is that in addition to a lot of surface area being affected by our pollution right now, well, we actually don't have that much throughput. Like, yeah, the only reason this is working at all right now is because some parts are starting to back up. It's just, we need to get the 8 lanes going in. And we also need to pick a science. Let's see what we can go for. I mean, order of operations will be the circuit network, which I like a lot. But I'm probably going to go with gun turret damage too. And then, fairly soon, we're going to be working on military science. But our job for today, I think, is to actually expand up here so we can actually get a full 8 lanes coming in. They won't necessarily be the best of lanes, but 8, like, just double that going into these would be fine enough. So, we're gonna try and do that. And I'm also gonna pick up a few of these, because kinda need them. Yeah, the mall is just going swimmingly right now. Loving it so much. And how am I doing for... Ooh, I probably need to pick up some more builds. Okay, alright. And I don't actually need these to make what we're making today, but nonetheless I'll pick them up anyways. You never know, you never know. And let's see, there's 78. Okay, probably gonna need more of these then. And apparently 2 yellows in there somewhere. Ah, right there in the middle there, I see. Well, they won't be staying there for much longer. Now, I have already been out in the car, and I've dealt with a number of different bases that were in the vicinity. I haven't managed to die again, hooray. But we're getting to the point where we need to take at least one of... We need to take one of 2 strategies, more or less. And one of those 2 strategies is to fast-pace ourselves to the tank, right there, which requires blue and military science, as well as going through... Let's see here. Oh, the oil processing, plastics, advanced electronics, laser, military free, and then there. Now, that is on our list here. Oil processing we will be needing in the near future anyways. But we'll finish off gun turret damage first, because that's also kind of a necessity, unfortunately. After that, the next route we can take is to try and find a natural barrier, generally speaking, somewhere involving water, and use that to our advantage. But, well, we have seen very little water here. It doesn't seem very likely that we're liable to find any large body of water that we can use as a boundary line. At least not anytime soon. The other option, the last theoretical option, is we generate a lot of high munitions, and we just go out and murder wholesale out to a very large radius. Which would certainly do the trick, but it would also require a lot of time, and a lot of munition, and just a lot of busy. But either way, we're gonna have to deal with them in some fashion, because eventually they are going to be there as a problem, and we are going to have to deal with them. As I say, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I need 34 more of these. I should have enough steel backlogged for me to be able to grab some up here. And advantage of us actually also having this part upgraded is that it moves much faster. So, 1, 2, 3, just to cut that back. Okay, let's get oil processing going. Yeah, we're probably gonna want to grab wall at some point. It's so... Somebody's in the mall. Somebody's in the mall. Dang it. Yeah, I see then. It's at least 1 spitter. Whew. Okay, well, they managed to break a little bit, but the rest of it is fine. Guess I had better leave a turret down here, just in case they come back. Now, where did they come from, I wonder? Because again, I have no coverage here. At least turrets with, piercing projectiles? Yes, piercing rounds. Well, at least they do a fairly decent job of defense. But this is only going to get worse. So, hence my interest in military science. It will get us access to a number of tools for which to lead mayhem, and then hopefully we can do a bunch to get a little bit of a breathing room. Mostly. We are mostly after breathing room. And what is it to get us to... refinery. Not refinery, Advanced Material Processing 2. It is mostly the same stuff, so that's something. Because our next step to upgrade this would be beacons and modules. And after that, it is electric furnaces. So, let's see. Yeah, effect transmission requires yellow science, so that's going to be a ways. But modules, on the other hand, is just most of the ways through plastic, so that's something. Now this is going to do a number, both on our power, and also our, well, our coal, and our pollution, and more or less everything that we have, really. Like, it's all going to suffer. But, on the other hand, we'll be much, much better able to murder things that come along and complain about it. And here we go again. Oh, they're on our science now. Oh dear. No, 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 no. Leave the science alone. It only craves knowledge. Leave the science alone. Its only crime was seeking knowledge and invention. Oh boy. Okay, well, currently they're... Well, they were attacking at science, but I think they've managed to get themselves stuck on a... Ooh, yeah. Yeah, they got themselves stuck on a belt, that's what happened. Fix you up there, Christopher! And I guess... leave a couple of turrets back here as well. Oh dear. Things are quickly escalating. It's not good. I don't like it. But we expect that. I cleared out a bunch of things whilst the research was paused, and then I turned it on, so a bunch of things started working again, so we started generating more pollution. We anticipate that. We expect that. That's kind of the norm. But it's also going to be the story of my life for the next several episodes, most likely. So let's see what we can do to get this one again. Now I noticed were a couple of those facing the... Yes, they are. And that appears to be the correct way, and we can also fix those up. Okay. Oil processing, done. So plastics would be the next stop towards our tanks and such. We don't necessarily, at least until we hit blue science requirements, we don't necessarily need to actually be doing anything involving all this stuff. We just need to make sure that we have the sciences specific to the tank. Or failing that, the rocket launcher. But either way, I always want to start playing some kind of bingo. I wonder where they'll attack next. It seems to be any bloomin' where they like. Not seeing anything on the radar so far. But, let me see. Let's take... the science and the mole are both southern kind of objects. We haven't had any attacks near the north for a bit. So, maybe they end up attacking... maybe they end up attacking our copper smelting. That's my bet. I am gonna have to start putting turrets inside of the mall, but also turrets are necessary for making military science, so it's not too huge of a rush on that. So those are all set up. They just need some coal as well as some actual iron to smelt. Okay, that should get fuel to the rest of them, lickety splits. Faster actually than these ones get fuel. looking good. Okay. Now, it's obviously not the fastest of things, it's not a full belt worth, but it's enough of a full belt worth for us. So, now we have 4 more belts to add fuel to. Well, to add resources to. How are we doing over here? You're dead. You. Anybody else? You. Okay, so let's just get these. And you. And do I have the... Yeah, I probably do. Just hook this up while I'm here, because, hey, either way I'm going to be encountering the neighbors. I might as well encounter the neighbors in huge fashion. Okay, so we have 6 lines up here. We need it to be a grand total, ideally of 8, but we can probably add a splitter over here according to our standard model over here. So where are they? Where are they? They are once again in the science, but they're also being ferried towards doom. Oh, and there's plastics. Next step. And the next one, I believe, would be advanced electronics. Because we need to get to laser to get to military free to get to our tank. So advanced electronics it is, and that also unlocks blue science. It's almost as if they planned this. More at the science. More at science. But they're also, once again, being ferried towards the turrets. So I guess that'll just be our recurring pattern for the time being. I wonder if I just put a couple of turrets at the base of the main bus, if that'll solve our problems, at least for the immediate term. Is there anything else I need, really? No. Alright, let's grab the car and let's have a quick drive. Let's try and see if we can find out exactly where this is all coming from. Is there something just immediate south here? Whoop, hello, there's something. And it is indeed in the pollution cloud. Bingo, we found the source of our errors, everybody. I have just noticed I'm out of munition in the car. Okay, not sure what I activated there, but I'll take it. Because it gave me a moment to actually, fix up my keys. Okay. That combination, maybe I was to look it up, was, shift and space. Okay, we should be able to take it. I did not notice initially that there were 3 worms here. But we should be able to take it. There we go. Now that one worries me. All of them worry me, really, but that one in particular. But yeah, we're definitely going to put a few turrets at the base of the bus, and hope that we don't have to expand it too soon. Interestingly enough, we are about to finish advanced electronics, and we actually haven't done what would arguably be basic electronics, which would be the circuit network yet. Strange that. Let's park you back by the mall, because that's the most convenient place to put you. Okay, next step, lasers. Just powering through research to the point where we can start to work on the tank. And now we have to very hastily get everything running again because all of our iron has completely stopped. So that's our original volume of iron now actually back online. So if we take these, and we leave ourselves a little bit of a gap there. Because we're gonna have to expand this eventually anyways, we might as well make it easier on ourselves when we do. And now that's a convenient length, hooray. Now, of course, it's worth noting, we're not remotely feeding these belts very well. In fact, we can work out exactly how many and how much it would take to feed so many belts. So that's 8 belts. Let's just assume that our 8 belts are being fed from, let's see, steel furnaces onto, let's stick with fast transport belts for the time being. We want items per second, and let's see here. So these are, what are they, 13.33, we have 8 of them. So 8 times 13.3 is 106.64. We would need 186.7 smelters, and we have 40. So definitely not happening. Not happening. It would also take 203 miners to actually supply all of those factories. So again, not likely to happen. Okay, so we could go for military free, but we don't have science pack freeze or military science as yet. So for the time being, let's go for mining productivity. That'll make our miners a bit more useful, a bit more viable. And will also very much throw off my numbers because the Factorio calculator does not factor those in at all. But on the bright side, at least it will factor it in the manner of, turns out you actually need slightly less, which is the best way to miscalculate. Okay, that should be all of them. Yep, here we go. All goods, all good. Now we just need to hook up over here. So just nudge this across. There we go, perfect. There we go. So all of them are now being fed, and they are now also feeding onto our main bus, so the entire half of this is now filled. And that is looking much better. So what is our production? We are producing 1.9 thousand per minute, and we are eating 1.4 thousand per minute. And our pollution is already increasing in size. Predictably. And also, we are not remotely fulfilling all of this. In part because a lot of these are slower than they should be, and in part because a lot of them just aren't there. But that is nonetheless all good to go, and we might even have a fairly long episode today. Yeah. So, I need to overhaul our actual mining a fair bit to actually make our smelters remotely happy. But that'll be all for today, so I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all as ever next time.